How long does it take you to get to work? It will take about an hour to get there. Whenever I get home late, there aren't a lot of available parking spaces. You could have told us before. He has earned acclaim for his first novel. How long does it take you to get to work? It will take about an hour to get there. Whenever I get home late, there aren't a lot of available parking spaces. You could have told us before. He has earned acclaim for his first novel. Smoking makes it harder to fend off infections. Backwards, forwards, sideways, you name it. She was like a kid in a candy store when she saw our shop. We are supposed to hit the gym together. Thankfully, things have settled down a lot now. I have high standards on women. I will get that car fixed today. Pull over onto the shoulder. They seem to embody social justice. Are you singing anyone now? Just say you don't want to get hitched. In fact, I'm not a big fan of perfume. The book will hit stores on Monday. It can be used for a long time. What day is her party? What date is good for you? We need to embark on structural reforms. I don't embrace all of his views. She's torn between two men. I will root for my boys till the cows come home. To some extent, what he argues is true. Her conduct became the talk of the town. The results are groundbreaking, he added. People are attending a groundbreaking ceremony. We might as well finish up the rice cake. I punched in at 8 o'clock sharp. I have to leave work early. Something urgent has come up. I am a penny pinching cheapskate. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. As a writer, he's seriously underrated. I went out in freezing conditions to shovel snow. Am I able to borrow books from the university library? Why do I have to see an OBGYN? She became pregnant with their third child. Big congrats on your new baby. Work is right on schedule. Parents was overjoyed at my success. I had a bit of a tough time compared to last year. You will feel better for a good night's sleep. It depends on the traffic. The engine sounds different from usual. The event did not live up to expectations. A help wanted ad caught my eye. Climate change has a serious impact on extreme weather events. He is an up-and-coming young dentist. We need about 10 other job workers for this construction. I don't want to burden you with my worries. I feel like a huge burden has been lifted off my shoulder. She needed someone to lean on in times of need. He might never get back on his feet. I can't pinpoint the pain. There seems to be an accident up ahead. He was out having a smoke. I woke up late and had to skip breakfast. She does everything by the book. Every achievement requires trial and error. These are serious times, not business as usual. I'm planning to do jump rope every morning. What types of customer do you expect to attract? He's hilarious, witty, charming, and easy on the eyes. He intended to put the blame on me. Sedentary habits often interfere with health. I try not to let work interfere with my personal life. I'm 27 years old and I'm a crossroads too. Why are we always at a crossroads? Lee often comes into conflict with his boss. I am a very responsible person. I first got into K-pop when I was at college. I lacked confidence in my English pronunciation. Some will lack confidence in pension. Consistency is the key to weight loss success. I tend to run hot, so I prefer cold beverages more. I must be there to root for my team. I'd like to get home before the food coma sets in. They are in a catch-22 situation. The shooting is expected to end at 8. I am aiming to get my 6 packs. Let's stick to our original plan. No matter how tired she is, she never goes to bed with makeup on. I'm feeling off today. Something feels off. I am an expert at driving this car. Your house, your rules, and all that jazz. Stop talking on the phone and hit the books. There is a bookstore just around the corner from my house. What's the weather like in your hometown? I'm only talking things over with you. It is important to hit the ground running. That way I won't have to use as many bullet points. I can keep you company for dinner. I got accepted into a graduate school of translation and interpretation. However, I was sorely mistaken. I am at my best when I'm interpreting, and I think it's my calling. I want to be at my best for the exam. The song got me thinking about my childhood. Trust me, one day you will watch this movie and cry your eyes out. What is your foreign registration number? Of course, I'd be more than happy to do that. You should be aware of black eyes. Here are a few things that you need to be aware of. I don't think that this will pose a risk to children. He was well aware of the problem. The 5 shots I received that day took a load off my chest. I have some news that will take a load off your chest. It was such a rip-off. The last time I checked, it was half the price. We barely made it to the airport on time. We need to work in an orderly way. It's never too late. Small steps can make a big difference. We need to make sure to maintain the quality. Our team will get the best of this game. French is derived from Latin. I want to get accepted into one of the top 3 universities in Seoul. What do you think about people having plastic surgery? What is a part of your face that you wish to change? I recently binge-watched a travel reality show. The show made me feel a sense of connection. That sounds like a lot to deal with. We don't have a set schedule, so we will just have to play it by ear and see how the day goes. I hope you will keep an eye out for it and show us lots of support. Police have asked the residents to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. English accents are all over the map, aren't they? I had to fill in for HITEC last night. I assure you it won't happen again. Our product is superior to our competitors. That explains it. It felt like not only my body but also my mind was becoming healthier. Putting on weight is a common side effect. Before I knew it, I became the team leader. He admitted driving recklessly. I improved my skin by maintaining a regular diet. I regret not being able to help. Thanks for always being a good friend, through thick and thin. I was so surprised that my mind went blank. I immediately broke into a cold sweat. It's a quick fix, but by no means a suitable long-term solution. Rest assured that your money is in good hands. I took note of the lecturer's points. They are committed to restoring damaged files. Our store caters to dog owners. We have to submit the proposal by tomorrow at all costs. No matter what it takes, I'm finishing this mission. What kind of presents are popular in your country? Can you name some historical places you have visited? What are the benefits of reading a newspaper? It strikes me that she is not telling the truth. It suddenly struck me that I hadn't bought a gift. It ends up being something people rationalize one way or another. As we get older, we tend to reminisce about our school days. I can't think of anything. Let me pick your brain. I will pencil you in for 5 p.m. on Thursday. The first thing we need to do is identify the problem. They will handle the cost through insurance. I am being helped by my co-workers. He got what he wanted by putting a guilt trip on her. They took a stand to protect themselves. My wife sleeps with her mouth open. Joy left the office with the windows open. You can't meet the needs of everyone all at once. Consumer awareness has been on the rise. She remained dry-eyed throughout the trial. They export their products to markets throughout the world. His encouragement contributed to the outcome. It has been a pleasure working as your driver. The winter seemed endless, but spring is in the air. Spring is here and romance is in the air. Is this being taken into consideration? That should be taken into consideration. She threw me under the bus. I mostly stick to familiar foods. You should take a chance on some things you haven't eaten before. He is known for always talking behind people's backs. You can easily brighten up someone's day with a small compliment. I can never get a read on what he's thinking. Meeting up with friends and shooting the breeze is a great way to blow off steam. I know what you are saying. I'd like to take you out to dinner tonight. I left my apartment in a hurry to catch the bus. Life gets in the way. But life got in the way and we couldn't put it into practice. Due to a lack of spare time and financial constraints, I've talked my wife into taking golf lessons. They gave me the opportunity to participate in the activity. Most people take out a loan to buy a car. It was a brain fart. Many office workers suffer from brain fog. Is there construction work going on somewhere? It took a long time to come to terms with the loss of her beloved pet. A little did I know that Jenny had been spying on me. Waking up early had become a part of my daily routine. I drink coffee to wake myself up every morning. I think my wife needs some time to herself. I got up at the crack of dawn to pick them up. Waking up early was a real challenge. The decision to hire her was a stroke of genius. We appreciate your cooperation and wish you a comfortable journey. You are free to choose any ingredients you want. The times are changing and that method is no longer effective. There needs to be a practical and effective solution. AI is being applied in almost every field. On the one hand, it worries me. The pace of technological advancement is so fast. We need to develop our awareness and norms accordingly. I don't want my family to take a backseat because of my career. Do you happen to know where he went? I'm afraid we've run out of gas. He resigned for a variety of reasons. Working in my new job has been a refreshing change of pace. There is no way to bypass traffic congestion. Cows provide us with milk. This is a walk in the park compared to my last job. I'm not very good with numbers, so I'm not confident. They arrived home safe and sound after driving in a storm. I had to choke back tears to finish the presentation. I wish you a speedy recovery. I hope he will make a speedy recovery. Let's talk it out and think things through. I can't bring myself to sing unless I've had a drink. The whole point is to avoid unhealthy snacks. Your attention to detail is really impressive. I needed to be prepared to avoid collisions with cars that cut me off. Another driver cut me off when I was trying to make a right turn. She's ready to leave at the drop of a hat. I asked my neighbor to keep an eye on my house. I must say that I will miss you. Walnut cookie has helped put Cheonan on the map. On the one hand, he's stern, but on the other hand, he's tender. In the long run, it's going to benefit you. In other words, they were persuasive. When the check came, I was on cloud 9 for days. Performance-wise, this bad boy is a beast. Plus, the battery life is pretty impressive too. I can't wrap my head around this. We both liked each other right off the bat. He's working very well, he's on fire. Are you a heavy drinker? I'm just average. How's your alcohol tolerance? It's not a problem unless it leads to drunken behavior. You can learn a lot about someone through a conversation over a glass of wine. I felt lightheaded and tipsy after just one drink. This new policy is thought of as a panacea for all the problems. I tend to go for comedies, but my wife prefers action movies. Whatever the occasion, black-colored clothing is always appropriate. They were engaged in conversation. Kim has been actively engaging in TV shows and social media channels. Thanks to her diligent practice, her skills have grown by leaps and bounds. When are you going to put the plan into practice? My mouth is as closed as an oyster. I can't get enough of their songs. They write one-of-a-kind tunes. This tree is estimated to be about 300 years old. Have you known each other since you were young? The food was absolutely delicious, and the atmosphere was so cozy. He always chickens out at the last moment. He's not good with his hands. He seems to have a knack for making money. We traditionally honor our ancestors by visiting their graves. Upon deeper reflection, I realized that it wasn't a business venture that requires an investment. One of the must-haves is songpyeon. It's a special type of rice cake that is shaped like a half moon. I totally crossed the line, and I want you to know that I'm truly sorry for being such an idiot. After years of neglect, our roof is on its last legs. It's leaking in several places and needs to be replaced urgently. We should take the initiative in this matter. I just wanted to give you a heads up about the heavy traffic during the holidays. The meeting ended without any drama. The argument didn't come to an end till the class began. For my future, I must brush up on my English. That's just off the top of my head. He tends to sit on the fence at meetings. I'm sorry if I'm being too nosy. I'm on the verge of losing my patience. They didn't have a vacant position. I have lived without any regrets on my conscience. That must have been a handful. We need to do this right from the get-go. Everyone has a skeleton in the closet. It's the skeleton in our family closet. As they say, it takes two to tango. I tried to laugh it off, but inside I was so embarrassed. I can relate to that. Fit people are better able to cope with stress. I seldom go to a movie, maybe once in a blue moon. Commuting back and forth to Seoul is a pain in the neck. The ring must have cost you a fortune. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You shouldn't feel bad about leaving the office right on time. Plus, the staff was super friendly and made the experience even better. We highly recommend taking a bus. When you become an adult, it gets harder to find a like-minded friend. I never hesitate to praise my kids. I have a friend who is very precious to me. It looks like you are very close with this person. What goes around comes around. I really want to stop overthinking everything. You are in no position to badmouth others. Whenever I meet people from my hometown, I find myself speaking in dialect. You've got what it takes. Driving is like a calling to me. It's a book for young and old alike. It may be expensive, but it's worth every penny. You can think of it as the Korean Thanksgiving Day. I love to lose myself in my English study. You must set priorities and learn how to put first things first. Hope welled up in her heart. You will marry him over my dead body.